Out of all the Pokemon in the franchise's history, Chespin has to have the most maligned middle evolution. Quilladin.
Oh my god. Ooh, he lived it.
Right back at you, buddy. The little chestnut dude garnered this reputation for a couple of reasons. Leading up to the release of X and Y, a lot of people saw Chespin as their starter, and for good reason. I think Chespin is a great starter design. But at that point, no one had seen the middle or final evolutions of the starters, and when they did, the public's perception and opinions on the starters quickly changed. And I mean quickly. Why in the world would I get the derpy chestnut guy when I can get the badass ninja guy? X and Y have been out for over 10 years now, and for the most part, that outlook really hasn't changed. That is, until today though. Because on this channel, we take underloved and underappreciated Pokemon and spend the entirety of our resources making them absolute monstrosities on the VGC ladder. This way, we can wreak havoc on all the trainers doing the underappreciating, and in Quilladin's case, we have quite the doozy here. I was browsing over Quilladin's moveset possibilities when I noticed this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dingleberry, my level 100 shiny Quilladin. And today he's gonna be ruining the careers of multiple trainers on the VGC ladder. As you can see here, we've got a moveset with Belly Drum, Drain Punch, Protect, and Rock Slide. Not your average Quilladin. He's also carrying the Eviolite with the bulletproof ability and a Rock Terra. Essentially our plan is to keep Dingleberry as safe as possible. Then we get the Belly Drum up and cause absolute mayhem.
Yeah, baby. Oh my
Now,
god.
I don't really use overly powerful Pokemon, so let me introduce you to the group that'll be supporting Dingleberry here. The team did take quite a bit of testing, 10 to 15-ish battles, because getting a Belly Drum Quilladin set up takes a very specific set of skills. And these skills need to be used in a very specific order. So after going through my testing, I discovered that the best way to get Dingleberry set up and useful is leading with my Follow Me Electivire. This allows me to get a Reflect Up, or a Thunder Wave, or an Ice Punch, while Quilladin just protects. At which point, I Belly Drum with Dingleberry, maybe hit the Rock Terra, and just start spamming Follow Me to keep damage off Quilladin. Once Electivire goes down, I have two options. It's either the Psych Up Mimikyu or the Floral Healing Comfey. If you didn't know, the move Psych Up allows us to copy the stat changes of our opponents and our allies, which I didn't know going in. And this allows us to have two absolute attacking cannons on the battlefield at the same time. Our other option is Floral Heal Comfey. With Comfey's ability Triage, we can just hit Floral Healing, move faster than everyone, and get Quilladin back to full health. And of course, the Eviolite allows us to live just about everything, especially if I can get a Reflect Up. Comfey also has a variety of moves and coverage to work with, in the tragic case that Dingleberry goes down. I bring along my Ninetales for weather counters, along with my Prankster Meowstic to just give us another option, because everyone on this team is just gonna be supporting Dingleberry. Honestly, how many channels have ever given Quilladin love? I would imagine the number is 0. But today, we're causing problems with him. Dingleberry the Sociable. Of course, our first opponent here, Malik, doesn't know any of that information, as he leads our Quilladin and Skeledirge. I'm seeing a slow special attacking duo, so instead of clicking Reflect or Thunder Wave, I just go straight for the Follow Me and Belly Drum combo. So I've got my Belly Drum set up now, and Electivire hasn't had to use its Citrus Berry. That's a pretty good start. You definitely consider spamming the Rock Slide at this point, but the Arcaludon with a full health bar is too much to resist with a Drain Punch. So we're gonna go with that. A Hyper Beam and a Flamethrower brings Electivire down, but at this point with this team, I really haven't seen Drain Punch in action yet.
Nice. That went down so fast. I did not speed that up.
Well, that went just as well as it possibly could have. But little does my opponent know, and really myself at this point too, that things are about to get much, much worse.
I gotta try the Psych Up, right? Might lose the battle because of it, because I don't know if it works, but gotta try it.
This battle comes just as I finished all the moveset changes for this team, so I'm a little bit hesitant to try the Psych Up, but I just go for it. Along with a Rock Terra and a Rock Slide. The Psych Up works without a hitch, and because my opponent doesn't see the Rock Terra coming...
Oh no. Oh no. That's not gonna do.
This absolutely massive Rock Slide should end this man's whole career. And...
Damn.
We missed.
Of course.
Twice. But Vaporeon comes out to take the incoming Shadow Sneak.
Ooh, barely.
And you're about to see the standoff of a lifetime, folks, against two of Pokemon's most heated and debated rivals, Quilladin and Lucario. My opponent and his Lucario thinks they can Drain Punch Quilladin back to victory here. But compared to Quilladin,
I'm gonna try Drain Punch.
Lucario can't Drain Punch his way out of a wet paper bag. So we're gonna show him how it's done.
Ooh, he lived it. I don't think I have a Reflect Up, do I? Right back at you, buddy. I love that.
Out comes the Skeledirge, and folks, this one's over.
That was incredible. Wow, that was fast.
So now you've seen a Quilladin battle against some pretty good Pokemon that are either getting official tournament usage or have in the past. But what about a battle with some of the big dogs and mainstays of tournament play? It just so happens that that battle comes on a night when I'm 5-2 and feel like I might have broken Pokemon and will now conquer the world one tournament at a time. I mean, I am dominating. I'm controlling battles with Quilladin, really influencing battle decisions, and I really have control and command over what I'm doing here. So we're facing off against Alchemist here. I know, super edgy. And he's got a bunch of very powerful weapons. Most notably for Rigoraph though, because this thing's ability really fucks up my entire strategy. But I, of course, have the game's most powerful weapon in Dingleberry. So we're really not worried about it. So my partner leads us off and gets things going, and two really easy Pokemon to take down. Great. I, of course, lead Electivire and Dingleberry, and it's game on. I go ahead and opt for the Protect and Reflect because we're playing the long game in this battle, and I'm assuming I'm gonna need some physical help. Quilladin stays safe, the big kitten fakes out Electivire, and the big giraffe sets up a Trick Room. Which I'm completely fine with because Alchemist just basically turned Dingleberry into the Tasmanian Devil. I considered going for the risk here to try and get the Reflect Up after the Fake Out, but I'm a team player and we're gonna stick to the strategy we came in with. We're hitting the belly drum with a Rock Terra and follow me. And because of the Trick Room, Dingleberry will be going first. Then Electivire lives with literally 1 HP and I have a little bit of a back and forth moment here.
Oh, shoot. This might work out okay for me. Well, okay. So I stay alive.
Unfortunately for everyone involved, the Incineroar is replaced with the grassy gliding gorilla, Rillaboom. The giraffe goes for the Protect.
Okay.
So it's time to drop a landslide on this guy.
Ooh, okay.
With the grassy Terraina, my opponent might think he can go ahead and grassy glide onto Quilladin, but that of course is not gonna work with a Follow Me. Electivire takes the important hit.
Nice. Okay. And the flinch.
And this flinch here is pretty massive because Rigoraph is probably going for the Psyshock here. And Psyshock is a great counter to Belly Drum teams because it prevents the targeted Pokemon from healing. But even without the Psyshock connecting, I'm in a tricky spot here. I can't heal Quilladin with Comfey because the big giraffe's ability is gonna block any priority moves. I make the mistake of bringing in Comfey though, and I realize it right afterwards.
I don't know if the heal pulse is gonna work. I might have just lost it right there.
But against all odds, I see my way out.
Fake out, right? so maybe I can play around that.
And folks, that's gonna be punching the Incineroar with a Quilladin. And yeah, that's definitely a sentence you thought you'd never hear. Instead, we see the Snarl, probably just trying to get the Quilladin off the battlefield at this point, and the Psyshock one more time to make sure that Dingleberry can't heal if I live. My opponent hasn't seen the Drain Punch yet, and I think it's time that he does.
Defense is down, but that's all right.
And Alchemist here clearly still hasn't learned his lesson, because he brings out the Heatran and targets Quilladin yet again.
Easy peasy.
Unfortunately, he doesn't give me the satisfaction of taking out the Heatran with Quilladin, but my guy Alchemist here scraps up his legendary Fire Frog and runs for my Quilladin after bringing along an Incineroar, Farigiraf, and a Rillaboom too. You love to see it.
W.